Right guys, welcome to Holker Street. Yo, how's it going guys? Welcome to Holker Street, the home of Barrow, League 2 club Barrow. Just visiting a new ground to tick off while I'm on my way to watch the mighty Truro at Carlisle away this season. A club name I can't really say around here, let's be honest, because that forms the Cumbrian derby. They're arch rivals, the pair of them. But look at this row of blue and white. I can't lie, I'd love to do an away day here. I mean, it is a Lake District away day at the end of the day, Barrow. So this might sound a bit disrespectful, but I wouldn't mind if Barrow get relegated this season, and I only say that just in case if we stay up. So Truro have an away day here at Barrow next season then, but we will see as we look around the rest of the grounds. But in the meantime, while I'm here, I thought I'd get underway with what is going to be, since I've had no time to do it, what is going to be my review of the Cardiff game for Plymouth Argyle, and also my preview for our clash against Stockport at home, which, as you all know, I'm missing because I'm going to Carlisle for Truro for my first ever Truro away day. It's actually mad I talk about Argyle while I see a road called Devonshire Road. There it is, the rest of Holker Street. A new stadium to tick off. There is the local Barrow Reservoir down there, and over there is the railway track that will take me towards Carlisle later on in the day, and there is the stunning views of the Lake District in the distance. Finally, we are doing an away day in Cumbria this weekend. I cannot wait to release that video for you guys when it comes out. There's the rest of Barrow Stadium. In the meantime, let's talk about what was the disaster last weekend, because I haven't done the review of it properly yet, so we may as well do it while I'm here. By the way, before I go into it, Truro, while I was at Truro Aldershot, is pretty much my 7th location of the season, if you want to put it that way. Just forgot to put it in the graphics, basically. Anyways, full-time, Cardiff 4, Plymouth 0. I know all of you would have probably watched my video by now, so we'll get on with it. Yeah, it was pretty bad, wasn't it? It was pretty bad and extremely disappointing, considering what was the getting underway brilliant win over Blackpool the week before at home. Otherwise, apart from that Blackpool game, that Cardiff game capped off an absolute rubbish August for Plymouth Argyle Football Club. No, it was not good, and I feel for Cleverley the most because I thought he picked the right lineup, especially since I thought Galloway was going to be injured before going into the game. And then, yeah, I know, admittedly, I was really salty during the game, especially at half-time. But to be honest, if I want to say it realistically, Cardiff absolutely outplayed us in every single way. I will stand by that. We played really well for 40 minutes until Cardiff's 2 goals went in. But other than that, we were absolutely outplayed. And as much as I thought they were dirty and they cheated at times, I thought they were still the better team, and the better team won at the end of the day. And completely our own fault for basically dropping our heads, especially after the second goal. Simple as that, simple as that. Thought I'd look round this ground for the time being. Sorry about the suitcase. Anyways, yeah, I will still stand by that. Cardiff's first goal should have never have happened, and I think had the referee not given that, it could have been a different game. But could have, would have, it didn't happen. So yeah, we lost our heads from that moment onwards, and that's our own doing at the end of the day. Then Cardiff scored a second, and even without that first goal, it should have never have happened. With the way the game ended, Cardiff would have won the game 3-0 anyways. So, yes, I will forever rant and be extremely annoyed with how the first half went, because I thought Argyle played really well first 41 minutes. But I have no complaints about the second half. I know I was salty after the game, and you all know it. I really lost my head. Heat of the moment. Adrenaline after a game of football. But I honestly have no complaints for the second half, really. Cardiff absolutely deserved it at the end. And that game just proved, again, that they're top of the league for a reason. I still thought personally, though, that we played better at Cardiff than Rotherham did, and Rotherham lost 3-0. That's just what I think, though. But Ruben Colwill, who I backed to score, since I thought we'd lose 2-0 at least anyways, Ruben Colwill had the game of his life. So imagine my shock on that. Not surprised at all. And how FOTMob gave Ballymumba such a big rating after the game, I'll never know, because I thought Mumba was our worst player by a mile on the pitch last weekend at the Cardiff City Stadium. So that pretty much wraps it up, really. I would say I do my player ratings for this game, but to be honest, none of them deserve a player rating, to be honest, after that game, apart from Talai. And I say that because I know Talai didn't score, of course, and he's a striker, and strikers are meant to score, but I thought he honestly didn't look that bad. And it's given me confidence on him for the rest of the season on what our Port Vale signing can do. Also, as I record this, he scored 2 goals on Tuesday night when we played Cheltenham. And he looked brilliant in that anyway. So I have high hopes for Talai going into the Stockport preview, to be honest. But yeah, Cardiff tore us a new one, really. And much deserved from them, despite how annoyed I was, obviously. But as much as I didn't want to give them credit last weekend for their dirty shenanigans in parts of the game, I will give them credit in the fact that they outclassed us, especially in the second half, which I have no complaints about because we were awful in the second half. And credit is due where it's due at the end of the day. So well done, Cardiff, at the end of the day. The reason why I lost my head was because of their Instagram post. That is the main reason why I lost my head. When the first thing said was the Pilgrims are not enjoying trips to the Welsh capital and all that. That's when I lost my head. But that is what football is about. You either lose your head in moments like that, or you put an Instagram statement up about a win and you're celebrating like you win the league. And that's what the limbs are all about. So yeah, all that really. So now we will move on to our preview with Stockport. Obviously, I'm not at the game this weekend because I'm at Carlisle for Truro for my first ever away day for the Tinners. And I know Stockport are looking a lot better than us at the moment, but I'll tell you what, I know I've got them to go up this season, but I really don't think so far this season they have been all this or that. Stockport are coming into this match at home park on the back of drawing 1-1 at Wigan. Obviously, we're coming into it losing 4-0 to Cardiff, but like usual, Argyle, I'm reckoning and hoping that home form will change our season. And as usual, we are better at home than we are away. Likewise with Truro, who I'm going to watch this weekend. They did beat us in 2002-03, to be fair, at Edgeley Park. But other than that, our record seems all right against Stockport. But we haven't played them in years. So that will be a leading factor to what it could potentially be tomorrow, as I record this on Friday. So on that note, my score prediction is going to be 1-1 for this game, annoyingly. And I say that because I know we got a good win over Cheltenham on Tuesday night, but they are bottom of League 2, or around the bottom of League 2. And the Cardiff game hasn't quite convinced me enough for tomorrow, while Stockport did get a huge point, at least at Wigan, against Ryan Lowe. And there'll be ones to watch in that Stockport team as well, like Mother Seal. Jack Diamond, former Pompey man, Owen Moxon, who ironically used to play for the club who I'm going to tomorrow at Carlisle. They got Oliver Norwood in their team, and also Corey Adai, their goalkeeper, is very underrated in my honest opinion. It will not be an easy game for us in my opinion. So hopefully the boys will prove me wrong, as I have gone with 1-1. But I do reckon Talai is going to finally score in the league tomorrow against Stockport. And that's who my goal scorer is going to be. And speaking of which, because I'm not at the game, I'm going to put my predicted lineup actually now in this video. Connor Hazard, by the way, is a week from returning. I reckon he will start at Luton, if not the Peterborough game. We will see. So my predicted lineup is Ashby Hammond in goal. Now that I saw Joe Edwards was back against Cheltenham, I want him to start tomorrow. I really do. Captain, leader, legend. I'd actually, hear me out on this, I'm going to go with the same back four as the Cheltenham game. Joe Edwards, Sorinola, Mateus Ross gives him his first league debut, and Brendan Weirdo. Midfield, Ibrahim and Boateng. And now the front four. Personally, I don't want Mumba to start after his Cardiff performance. I really don't. So I'm going to go with Watts, Benarous. Actually, no, scrap that. I'm going to go with Aseni, Benarous, Tegan Finn and Talai up front. Caleb to come on in the second half. And that is my predicted lineup for the Stockport game. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video really, guys. While I'm in Barrow, waiting for my connecting train to where I'm staying before Carlisle versus Truro. So that pretty much wraps it up. Cardiff battered us 4-0 thanks to Ruben Colwill, Chris Willock, Ryan Wintle and Isaac Davis. While after that, we had a Laurent Talai double against Cheltenham. Hopefully he'll do the same against Stockport this weekend. I won't be there. I'm at Carlisle Truro instead. But hopefully in my absence, the boys can get us 3 points this weekend and our second win of the season. Time will tell. Up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. Green Army! Cheers for watching this video, guys. See you all in the next one. I'm about to go on the train. Have a good one. And see ya!
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners. Janners!